And afternoon folks, and welcome back to the channel and to another Vanother Collective video. This month's subject is how we plan our trips. Or not, as the case may be. Vanother Collective is a group of like-minded vanners, caravanners, motorhomers. We get together once a month and we produce a video on a specific subject. As I just said, this month it's how we plan our trips. And then we'll put that out there, and you can make sure you go over and watch everybody else's videos, because I'm sure they'll actually probably do a lot more planning than we do.
I hope they do.
Yeah, certainly on the caravanning side of things, I would have thought. Right then, what I'll do is everybody's logos will probably be up in this corner somewhere. One of our wonderful members has produced a little video with everybody's logos on.
Oh, right.
So
you could just copy and paste.
Yeah, just add that in on the editing side of things. So that's great. So that'll be up there. Make sure you go over and watch everybody else's videos and give their videos a big like and subscribe to their channels as well, because they are all excellent channels. Right, so we had a look at this subject and we kind of sort of have three different categories really, don't we?
Yeah.
Weekends away really don't require a lot of planning. It's just a case of, this is where we're going, that's where we're going to stay, and then we'll have a look at the local area and go and do it.
Yeah.
And it's only sort of 1, maybe 2 nights away, depending on what time we get away on the Friday, and back home on the Sunday. So it's not a great deal of planning involved in that one. Now what we call short breaks, anything sort of 3 nights or longer.
Yeah.
For an example, our recent trip to Northumberland. For that one, we knew where we wanted to go. We planned.
Well, we knew a couple of places we wanted to visit.
Yes.
So we had a look on the map, dotted them down, made a bit of a road route.
Yeah.
And had a look where we could stay.
Yeah. Then it was just a case of going on Park for Night, search for sites, and finding somewhere to stay in relation to where we wanted to go, and give yourself a couple of options.
Yeah.
Just in case it's full or closed or whatever. So that's the way we do those. And it's Park for Night. Park for Night is brilliant on the continent. It's good in this country. I tend more to use search for sites here.
Although I found a couple of good ones in Scotland and that on Park for Night.
Yes.
Last year.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this particular trip that we're on at the moment down in Wales, it was a case of, right, we want to go to that area. We did look at sort of bits and pieces around, but then we decided, right, we're going to base ourselves out of one campsite. And it's a short walk into town, so that was nice and simple. The big planning really comes for your longer trips, i.e. our trip to Europe last year and our trip to Europe again this year. Because, I mean, on the trip last year, we had to be at certain places on certain dates. The boat's set in stone. The days we were staying at the campsite with your sister, set in stone.
That was booked.
That was booked. So it was a case of, right, we have to be in these areas at those times, and then you work your route around that. We'd already done a pre-route, which you never stick to, because it changes.
We didn't.
No,
yeah,
we certainly
because
didn't.
We said it was just going to be too long, and all you're going to do is drive past and know we've got to carry on.
Yeah, yeah. So it's just that's one thing I would say when you're planning your trip. No plan sort of lasts 5 minutes once you start the engine. Really, it's just a case of wing it and see, and be prepared to change it as you go around. I mean, for that one we planned an overnight stop close to the ferry port because we were on an early morning ferry. We've done the same again this year. We're not booking a campsite. We stayed on a campsite close to the Europort last year. This year we're going to use the air in Canterbury. Hopefully with a bit of luck, but because we've got a couple of days spare after the Norwich show to get down there, we should be able to get there.
Should be, but we have got an alternative.
Yeah, there are a couple of alternatives.
Yeah, one of your relatives drive.
Yeah, yeah, we've got some alternatives for that. And your first stop on the other side.
Yeah, we did, yeah, because we didn't want to just wing it so close to the port.
No. We wanted somewhere to stop, and with last year we went for somewhere that we knew that we'd stayed at before, and that's where we went with that one. And from that point onwards, it was a case of, right, we'll follow the route that we'd planned, where we wanted to go, and see where we get. And then each day we'd sit down and say, right, we're going to that area now, let's have a look at Park for Night. Right, there's 2 or 3 options in that area, we'll go there. And if one didn't work out, then there was an alternative not too far away. Yeah. And like I said about being prepared to change it, when we went to Vista last year, it was a case of, oh, this is really nice, we'll stay an extra day.
Yeah.
So yeah, just be prepared to be flexible, change your plans where necessary, and accept that there will be the odd driving day.
Yeah, just not too many.
Just not too many of them. I mean, that's something that I've certainly learned since we've got this. You just don't drive too far.
No, I mean, you like driving, but being a passenger, it's just...
Yeah, I do like driving, but like you said, it was a case of, if we'd stuck to the route that we'd initially planned for last year, it'd have been a case of, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that.
And we wouldn't have
stopped anywhere and seen anything.
No, whereas now, we did stop the day in Rothenburg. We stopped the night, and we walked all the way along the wall and everything.
Yes.
We wouldn't have been able to do that if we'd stuck to it.
No, we wouldn't. If we'd have gone on to where we'd planned that we were going to go, we wouldn't have had time to do that. No way. No. Not with the fact that we had to be at the campsite. I think it was 3 days later.
Something like that, yeah.
So no, it's just a case of make sure that you're flexible with it.
Yeah.
And don't. I mean, there are people that have to plan everything down to the nth degree.
Yeah,
we are not those people.
No.
You know, I mean, if it goes pear-shaped, wing it and see.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
It'll be all right, you know.
This is why we always have some tints in the van. Some you know, either hot dog sausages or meatballs.
Yeah.
Some tinned potatoes, some tinned peas.
Yeah, and there's always a restaurant nearby.
There's usually a restaurant somewhere.
Yeah.
But we really must get the average of £30 a day food. That's included, or food, drinks, whatever. We really must get that down this year.
This year, yeah. Yeah, it was obscene because I was making some notes on a spare piece of paper for this particular vlog, and we discovered that we spent more on eating out than we did on park-ups last year in Germany, which is obscene, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, it's over £30.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, planning is get used to using Park for Night. Brilliant app. Get used to look at Search for Site. Again, I find that great for this country because it's got all of your sites on it, including your independent campsites, your club sites, your CLs, your CSs. They're all on there, so you've got all your options on there. And Park for Night, if you're after your freebies, certainly in Scotland, you found some absolute crackers in Scotland, and all over Europe. And your cheap airs, it's brilliant for that, and it is the best. It hasn't let us down, really, has it? We haven't had I don't think we've had a bad one.
I don't think so.
No.
I would have remembered.
No, I mean that one in Vista that we really liked, that we liked so much that we stayed an extra day. You found that on Park for Night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the one that we stayed at the castle, I found that on Park for Night.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and the castle one was €10 a night, and the Vista one was €8 a night.
Yeah, and then recently the one coming back from Northumberland.
Yes, yeah, the lake at Linden.
Yes.
£10 a night, and we found that on Park for Night.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I liked it there as well.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, so if we've headed north or whatever on a tour, that would be our last night stop.
Yeah, that's set in stone now. If we're going north of where we live, that's our last night. Because it's got all the facilities.
It's close to home, well, close enough to home, Well, we can go home, unpack, clean the van, and bring it back well in time.
Yeah. Yeah, leave there at night. Leave there at 10 o'clock in the morning. We'd be home by 11.
Yeah.
Van cleaned, van emptied, and van parked up by 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. Come back, do a bit of shopping, and
yeah. So it's, you know, that's the way we do it.
yeah.
Right, I think that wraps up the way we don't plan our trips.
Yeah, please don't take our advice on this.
Yeah, please don't, because we just tend to wing it most of the time. But make sure you go over and watch everybody else's channels where they do actually plan their trips, more than likely, a damn sight better than we do, and we will catch you on the next one. See you later, guys.